We're calling this meeting to order. Roll call vote for roll call, please. Nice.
Jason Tadlock,
Here.
Jessica Conley,
Here.
Sharon Johnson,
Here.
Corey Daly,
Here.
Guy Finley, not here.
All right, looking for approval of the minutes from June 26, 2024.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Any hearing none, motion's approved for the June 26, 2024 meeting minutes. Let's review the annual PE 300 reports and the performance status of the tax incremental district number 4 as required by the Wisconsin state statute.
You want me to take the lead or are you gonna lead it?
No, who would like, why don't we turn it over to Adam Swan for that report.
But just as a preliminary matter, as usual, we appreciate everybody finding time to meet this morning. So it's always, this meeting always sort of jumps, comes, we always are scrambling to try and get it in, especially during budget season. But so thanks for everybody being here. In terms of the 2024 TID report, you'll see we had tax increment of $213,850, investment income of $7,884 for total revenues of $221,734. In terms of the expenditures, we had total expenditures of $421,765. So fortunately, there was a deficit in 2024 of $200,031. Unfortunately, 2024 was not a great year for the TID, and the TID has been, I guess I'd just say, continuing not to meet the expectations of when it was created. So we did, as a result, have to borrow. The electric fund did borrow another $207,145. The TID borrowed it from the electric fund. So you can see in your packet that there's a list of the electric department's loan to the TID over the last few years. We've been borrowing pretty much every year. It was like I said, 207,144.67 in 2024, and then we did actually borrow additional money in 2025 for $163,693.03. So the one positive thing is that even though 2024 was not a great year for the TID, things have improved in 2025. Well, I should back up and say, if you look on the page 3 of the PE Form 300, you will see we did have net new construction in the TID of $700,000. So just wanted to.
What was the net new construction?
I'm not even quite sure. It would have been built in 2023. It would have had been done by the end of 2023 to get assessed for 2024. It could be. Yeah, I think it actually was. Yeah.
It's not finished.
Yeah.
And I think that got adjusted for 25 as well.
They did. Yeah.
They spent $700,000 on that show.
Well,
That's what it was initially assessed at, and then they lowered it down. Yeah. So, like I said, 2025, at least we think is looking better. We have increment this year of $259,904, which is definitely an improvement over last year's number of $213,850. Plus, on top of that, we've got the personal property aid, which is going to be added on top of that. So there'll be an additional $17,670. So our projected deficit for 2025 is $53,000 less than 2024. So that's a step in the right direction. It's hoping that next year, or at least for 25, we're seeing the total value of the TID went up by about $2.5 million. Partly that had to do to the hotel got revalued once it sold. It got
reassessed.
It got reassessed. I mean, the sale price was $2 to $3 million more than what had been sussed at. So, so that's the main increase in the value for 2025. We do have net new construction of $563,800 in 2025, which again, where that's coming from, is a question.
Would that be the gas station?
It's
The
possible.
Station, that's it?
It is in the TID, yeah,
Oh,
I just don't know the timing of that.
exactly. Whether they've been, I don't remember when they started it. If it was a year ago or.
no, they're still not done, but
Yeah. That might be some of it.
So because they're still working on it, I fully expect that there'll be some additional net new construction from that that'll be added for the 2026 net new construction numbers. So that should help. And then big thing, of course, is Creekside. As you can see, they are full steam ahead on the moving dirt. They've got all their city zoning approvals, so that part is good. They just applied and got a early start building permit for the maintenance building, which is gonna be right there along Lincoln Street. They wanted to start putting in the foundations for the 2 apartment buildings, but I think that's probably gonna hit next year. But I mean, they're pretty much ready to go on that. They do have a contract with Quick Trip for a new, retail gas station there along South Lincoln Street. So, which their plan was to start construction in 2026. So that's in the works. The big challenge is just right now getting the utilities and still dealing with the intersection. With having the city substation there across the street, it certainly makes things challenging in terms of trying to figure out the intersection layout and getting utilities across the street. And but yeah, the project's moving forward. We are currently working on also trying to get connection for the sewer for Welcome. That's ongoing with Creekside as well as another project we have going on outside the TID. So that's also something we're working on. They got approval from Welcome to at least put the piping in, but the actual hookup is where we're currently in talks. So, yeah, so right now Creekside, pretty much full steam ahead on that. So hopefully, once that starts generating increment, the land value did increase from about 50,000 to over $500,000, at least looking at 2020, that the new assessment for 2025. So we're estimating they'll get, about 40 some $100 in increment from their share of the tax that'll be created by that by next year, using just an estimate of what the mill rate might be. So,
how does the land value not get valued at what the purchase price was?
that's a good question. And I don't know, whether the full purchase price has actually been even taken into account yet.
Is it because they started doing things there maybe already? So.
Yeah, I don't know how they came up with that value.
Right, no, I'm just saying, I know you said that the value was assessed at 50,000.
500,000. Oh, no, it had been prior to them purchasing the property is 50,000.
Okay,
Since it getting purchased and since the project plans getting
Yeah.
approved, it's closer to $500,000 on.
right, but I think they paid 5 million for it or something.
Yeah, they played.
So I guess that's my question is, how do you? I'd like to have my house valued at 10 times less than I paid for it.
Well,
I
Yeah.
don't know how it works,
well, it's based upon like the best value, the best use of the property at the time and the zoning and all that. So how long that'll take to get caught up.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
and is
know.
that the equalized value or the assessment? So that's part of it too, like. Are we just talking equalized value?
We're talking the assessed value. So,
Yeah, because nobody would be able to own vacant land if it was assessed at 5, what they actually paid for it.
right.
Okay.
But the point being, at least if you've seen, at least the bet
But
land
it's
value's been.
moving up.
Yeah. So now we are, I'd say behind schedule about by a year in terms of looking at when we first created the TID and we first approved the development agreement, where we thought we'd be for increment generation. I mean, they're about a year behind. So which is not great, but on the flip side, given that was sort of the best case scenario, it's probably not actually the worst case either. I mean, at least it's moving forward, so.
So do you think we'll actually have people in units by 27 now, or?
They say about 2 years, yeah, from the time. So yeah, it actually might be closer to 28 because if they start next spring on the residential buildings and they take 2 years to get ready for occupancy, then
Yeah, because
they'll
they're
get 28.
doing 3 initially, was that right?
They're doing 2 residential, the
the
maintenance building and the clubhouse.
Yeah.
Which would be 144 apartments because there's 77 in each building. I think it is.
I want to say 77 or 74.
Yeah, something like, yeah.
Yeah, and then they'll want to move along because that's a big investment in the clubhouse. It's built.
Correct, yeah.
Additional buildings.
Yeah, Quick Trip might actually probably will be the first thing open. So. And just as a side note, what happens in the future with the bus depot next door, which is now part of the TID, we'll have to see. I know Eric Jones is, may sell that property at some point in the future, so that will impact the TID at some point, probably. Any questions about either, the TID report or, any of the projects going on, kind of where we're at for 25 so far?
Can I ask what the timing of repaying the city's electric fund? Is that the last thing that will be repaid after all of the debt, or is it concurrent somehow?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's gonna be concurrent. So, I mean, the developer will get what they're entitled to from their increment generation, and then whatever's left over above what we have to pay for the bond payment every year, we'll reimburse the city, but it's gonna take time.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
I just say in the short term, we'll be happy if the electric fund just can stop having to lend money would be a step in the right direction, or at least, reduce the amount. So that's sort of like step 1 for us. And then phase 2 is, the paying back part. But it'll take a while for it to go back into the black, or, be in the black. So.
We need to schedule the date for next year's meeting. There's no further questions. Really scheduled that far.
And I do want to give credit. These forms are, want to give Corey credit for preparing these forms, along with some assistance from our treasurer, Chris Sprigler. So even though I may have summarized them, they did the hard work of putting them together. So.
Yeah, thanks for the extra statements right away too.
We'll get that on the normal when we do the reports.
If you have any additional questions, in the coming days, feel free to reach out and we'll try to answer the best we can.
Now, I believe this meeting, was this delayed, or do we want to look at like the last Monday in September of 2026?
This year was a little bit delayed. I know last year we did it in June. I think the year or two before that, we did it in September. We were trying to get it done earlier last year. This year just kind of slipped with the summer. So it's it's up to you guys largely as to whether you think September's a good time or if you want to do it earlier.
For me, September's a good time, but
The end of September is okay with me. I mean, but I know, I'm sure Sharon's got the same issue. We have about 15 of these meetings here now in the next month.
Yeah.
So it gets a little overwhelming because everyone seems to be waiting. I don't know if Ellers is kind of dictating, everybody wait till now, but.
Yeah, for us, it's, and I'm sure the same thing with you guys. It's tough because the budget process takes so long because there's so much information that we don't get from the state until August, September, and then even early October. So we're always just kind of like trying to do as much as we can, but then everything's just in limbo.
Should we, Sharon, does that work for you if we target the last Monday in September of 2026?
Yeah, is the time of the day would matter for me though. Afternoon would be better.
Afternoon would be better, all right. Like 1 o'clock?
That would work.
Okay,
9:28 at 1 o'clock.
let's look at 9:28, 1 o'clock, all right.
Figure out. That if anyone has something come up, we can always reconsider.
Yeah. All right, very good. I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.